Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today's topic is barriers and overcoming the barriers of interpersonal communication. So, first we will talk what are the barriers and effective interpersonal communication. Uh, Total barriers in interpersonal communication are six. The first one is emotions, the second filtering, the third is overloaded with information, then fourth is defensiveness, fifth is cultural differences, and then sixth barrier is jargons or technical language of the field. So in this way, let's first start to define emotions. So when in an interpersonal communication, the sender, while speaking or while communicating, is very emotional about some sensitive topics. He is emotional. He is very emotional with extreme emotions, or he is full with extreme emotions of anger and happiness. Then there is a possibility that his message may not be understood or received clearly. Therefore, it is said that while communicating, one has to be very neutral. He has to stop or he has to control over his extreme emotions of happiness or anger. Because when someone is extremely happy and want to express his ideas while communicating, then there is possibility of exaggeration. In the same vein, when someone is extremely angry, so while communicating his ideas about the topic, so he may be biased instead of being neutral, or instead of just uh, ex- uh, expressing the real facts. Therefore, emotions are said is one of the barriers in effective interpersonal communication. Then the second barrier in effective interpersonal communication is filtering of the message. Actually, filtering of the message is done by the sender. What happens that while communicating, while constructing the sentences, while joining together to the words to communicate idea, the sender constructs message which may apparently seem in favor of a receiver. So, in other words, just send messages which seems in favor of or construct messages which may seem in favor of a receiver is also barrier which blurs to the facts or real situation. Therefore, one has to avoid just to carry the favor of a receiver and send a biased messages, construct unbalanced messages just in favor of receivers, as receivers like that communication, or just to convince the receivers. One filters messages, one filters realities is also one of the barrier in effective interpersonal communication. Then third is overloaded with information. Actually, human beings have a capacity, or let me say, uh, there is a limit of mind of every human being. There is a limit of capacity of every human being's mind to receive the information and to process the information. Therefore, if you receive, for example, 70, 80 emails or letters about the same topic, and those all emails or letters give information about the same topic, however in parts, so you may be overloaded, or you may not have a capacity to go through all those 70, 80 emails or letters about the same topic, because that will make you overloaded with information. However, instead of those 70, 80 emails, if you receive one detailed email that have a comprehensive information about the one topic, so that is possible for you to process that information, or you may have that may be in the limit of your capacity to process that information. Therefore, overloaded information or overloaded with information, being overloaded with information is also one of the barrier in effective interpersonal communication. Then fourth is defensiveness. Actually, defensiveness takes place on the part of a receiver of the message. Sometimes it happens that when communicator shares his ideas or experiences, and those ideas or experiences or those definitions are against the wish and will, or against the beliefs, political or religious beliefs of the receiver, then the receiver comes to defend his personal beliefs against the shared experience and ideas of the sender, and the receiver starts to sarcastically respond or criticize to the sender. Therefore, defensiveness is also one of the barrier. Then fifth barrier is cultural differences. Culture is changing constantly. The world is divided into different regions, different parts. Therefore, people living in different parts and different regions have different cultural differences. Therefore, what symbol have one meaning to the sender, the same symbol have a different cultural meaning to the receiver. So cultural differences are also one of the barrier. Therefore, when two people belonging to two different cultures communicate interpersonally, then they may have a problem to come to same understanding, or they have to struggle more, they have to struggle lot to come to understanding to the same meaning of those words and symbols. Then the final or sixth barrier in effective interpersonal communication is jargons. In other words, technical language of any specific field. So, while communicating with common people, one has to avoid to use jargons or technical words and language, because the understanding of jargons or technical language has a limit. It means just those people who belong to that field can understand those jargons or technical words. However, common and sundry or common people will not be able to understand to the jargons. So these six barriers, let me enlist you again: emotions, filtering, overloaded with information, defensiveness, cultural differences, and jargons, These are the basic barriers in effective communication when we communicate in interpersonal situation. Now come to the second section of the lecture, that is overcoming the barriers. How we can overcome the barriers we discussed now. So the first way or the first technique to overcome the barriers in effective interpersonal communication is, that is, the sender and the receiver, while communicating, they should simplify as much as possible their language. Instead of using technical language or jargons or the language or the words which have regional meanings, they should use simplified and most standard language which majority of the people can understand. So simplifying language is one of the key point or solution to overcome the barriers in effective interpersonal communication. Then second way to overcome the barriers is the sender or the receiver of the communication has to stop, has to control, has to constrain their emotions, their extreme emotions, or their beliefs while communicating. They have to communicate being neutral without any bias. So when they will control their emotions, they will constrain their emotions, then they will be able to express themselves neutrally. Then the real message is possible to be understood and conveyed between the sender and the receiver of the message. Then the third way to overcome the barrier between sender and receiver in effective interpersonal communication is that they have to listen each other actively. When the sender speaks, the receiver has not to hear, but he has to listen to the sender actively with full intention. Similarly, when the receiver becomes sender and talks to the receiver, to the sender who was the first sender, then the first sender has also to be active listener. So instead of hearing to each other, they have to listen each other actively, carefully, with a complete concentration. Then this is also one of the way to overcoming the barrier. Then the final way is feedback. When sender stops to stops his conversation, then he has to ask for feedback, either in a close-ended question or in an open-ended question, that either his message has been received or understood the way he wanted or not. So if he won't ask for feedback, then there is possibility or he will remain uncertain. There is room of uncertainty that either his message has been received simplified way or not. So always the sender and the receiver has to take records of the feedback. They should ask for feedback in interpersonal communication. If the receiver hasn't understood the message clearly or in a simplified way, then it's the responsibility of the sender, or then the sender again will try to simplify his message or the content of his message that the receiver can understand. So let me enlist you that there are four ways or techniques to overcome the barriers in effective interpersonal communication. First is the sender has to simplify the language. The second is the sender has to constrain his extreme emotions, the emotions of angerness, the emotions of happiness, and he has to be neutral. Then third way is those who are receiving messages in an interpersonal communication, they have to listen actively, not just to hear to the sender, but they have to listen actively with full concentration. Then the final is asking for the feedback. Then an effective communication in interpersonal communication becomes possible. Thank you very much.